Welcome back, Officers of the Republic. It's your Coruscant Underworld Police Chief APGAINS here, and everyone knows we're reading Starkiller and his requirements. They include Dash Rendar and 3 other Legends characters who have yet to be named, and Crumb says we're not really close to predicting, so if you've seen any prediction videos from me or anyone else, they're wrong because Crumb said so, unless he's lying to us, which I don't believe he would do. But does Starkiller coming to the game fix Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes' biggest problem? I'm opening the game up. I got Lord Vader. Obviously, he's not unlocked. I don't have any of the requirements because I'm poor, so I can't have him, and that's fine. I'm totally okay with that. But I believe Lord Vader brought with him a wave of issues to the game. Obviously, we got nerfs pre-existing his entrance to the game. In hindsight, a lot of them were probably very good for balance reasons if Lord Vader has to come to the game. Lord Vader with a pre-nerf Darth Vader would have been way too overpowered. A lot of the other changes, I guess, helped solidify the Galactic Legends in their own little niche, their own little market. And since we've kind of had the ability, the strength of hindsight, that was not the right way to say that, but we have the perspective of hindsight. I think a lot of the changes that they did make, at least to character balancing, were probably good. Would I have preferred them not to happen and Lord Vader not be in the game? Yes, but he's here, so because the changes happened, I'm fine with them at this point, right? I've gotten used to them, and the game goes on. But what does Starkiller do, and how does he solve our biggest problem? Well, I think the biggest problem is a lot of the time characters seem rigid, and not rigid in what they do, but how they come to the game. We usually get characters dropped in, sets themes, right? We had Clone Wars, so we got, Lord Vader and Kenobi, and a lot of other stuff like Bad Batch, right? And we all assume that we're moving towards Mando Season 2 plus Book of Boba. We're getting Boba Fett and Conquest. We're getting a lot of characters like that. In recent years, we've done these like sections where characters of similar theme come to the game. And that can be quite stagnant because there's not only those factions in the game. There are plenty of factions that actually struggle or need to be in a better place. A lot of times we find that, big factions like Bounty Hunters pre-existing, a couple like Grief and Mando, were good, but we're not fantastic. Adding Grief and Mando made them fantastic. Adding some more Bounty Hunters and forcing us to relic them made people understand that these characters can be very viable even at the very end game against really good teams. And that was really good for the balance of the game as a whole in Territory Wars and GACs and Conquests and stuff like that. Now, the Starkiller event is seemingly random, right? The Starkiller event is seemingly random. We're just getting random characters at a random time just for fun. Now, this is a key word that I'm actually quite excited about and very happy that Capital Games is doing because it seems like it's for fun. Speaking of fun, when we get 15,000 subscribers, we'll pull an Ocean 69, go to Capital Games headquarters, steal the one laptop they used to control the game, give everyone a cup shard. That was my sales pitch for the day. Let's get back to it. We're having fun, and Starkiller is going to be fun. And I believe that Dash Rendar and whatever the other requirements are going to be fun. And this is the thing. Dash Rendar is expressly used for the prepared team, which, used to be oftentimes, I would see it a lot in GAC. I watch a lot of GAC streams. I watch a lot of GAC videos, especially back in the day. Pre-Galactic Legends, pretty solid squads. And as far as we know, Dash Rendar is coming to the game in order to bring that team back from the brink and add more variance to Grand Arena and to Territory Wars and stuff like that. Just giving more teams the opportunity to have a place in the game, which I think is fantastic. Now, what else is happening? Starkiller, maybe he's Empire, maybe he's Darkside Unaligned Force user. Either way, maybe he plugs into that Lord Vader team, and then that's their final way to make Lord Vader, the end-all, be-all of Galactic Legends. He has the hardest requirements, therefore he has to be the strongest Galactic Legend. It makes sense from a game balance perspective, as far as just how games usually balance out characters. It makes sense from a monetary perspective. He's the most expensive character. It would require having a big GP to get Maul, plus, means to unlock Starkiller and all of his requirements, since they're going to be harder. I think harder than Chewbacca, harder than C-3PO. Probably going to have to relic all of these characters at some point, which means 7 stars, which means paying the $400-ish to 7-star them and relic them day one. So, this is pretty predictable. Another thing that could happen is he could just be downright his own squad. He could be the first true solo character. A lot of people were saying that Fennec Shand was going to be the first true solo character, but she better probably works. I imagine her kit's designed to work with Boba Fett, just how the kits look. It's pretty obvious that she's going to go with Boba Fett and like a Mando IG Queel team or something like that. But what else are we getting? Other characters. We're getting 3 other characters, and a lot of people are saying, Kyle, I've since done research on, because I'll be honest, I'm too young to have played a lot of the OG Star Wars video games as a kid. I mostly did like the first ever video game I ever played when I was like 6 was like the first Call of Duty game. I've always been a shooter guy in terms of video games. And my Star Wars knowledge as a 6-year-old was limited to just like the movies, right? So I don't know who this guy is, but I've seen Arnold, Cubs, Heinze, Ian, whoever else there are that makes videos. Everyone's saying this guy. So you know what? I'll become a bandwagon, Heat, Warriors, Lakers. Well, I'm already a Lakers fan, but I'll hop on the bandwagon. This guy's coming. He seems to be a rebel. I saw a video this morning saying he's a rebel fighter. Whatever. He'll plug into a squad and bring back a squad like the Mon Mothma team, which is already a solid squad, but can get countered quite easily with Jawas, which a lot of people just randomly have relicked now for some reason. So maybe that'll bring that team up and running. And I imagine all 4 of these characters, including Starkiller, all 5 are going to have Omnomicrons, so that there's a game mode where they're more effective. And then I think just the other 2 characters, well, 3 if Kyle doesn't come to the game. Some people were saying Mara Jade. Sorry for my pronunciation. I speak English, I promise. She could plug into, I don't know, whatever squad that she works with, and then whatever this other character is. I'm getting a lot of Darth Malgus. I think Darth Malgus would be cool. I think that would be awesome. I didn't play the game, but I know some of the lore, and I think that would be a fantastic addition. Or whoever else. I think those characters are going to plug into their own squads with their Omnomicrons, and they're going to become more viable. And I think this is actually a positive thing if they do this more often. If we get more characters coming to the game who don't have to do with like the current theme, but just instead have to do with, where is there a need for a character to come to the game? I'm going to give a big shout out to Heinze. I think he said this, like Cobb Vanth comes to the game and helps out the Tusken faction. No one's relicking the Tuskens except for that one Lord Vader requirement. But if we can add characters to the game outside of the bracket in which they have these drops where we're going to get multiple characters per a timeline or a theme or a movie or something like that, I think that would be awesome, because there are a lot of characters all over the game, teams all over the game, who have been kind of left behind by all of the meta shifts that have happened since Galactic Legends come out. And I think it would be fantastic to see all of these teams at least become usable, at least have a niche where they have the opportunity to be used. And if you guys have ideas for characters and how those characters could work that could fix up some of the teams that are maybe underrepresented, underutilized in the game, I want you guys to put those in the comment section. I'm going to go read through those, reply to all you guys, and just figure out what we can figure out. Because, Capital Games does watch these videos, and, if you guys tell me something or I learn something and then I mention it and then another content creator mentions it, even though I hate that word, and then a beta tester, eventually it trickles up and we could get it. So if you guys want something, make sure you're always vocal about wanting it. I'm going to get out of here. I love you guys as always. Forehead kisses. Shout out to my 6%ers out there. You know who you are. If you don't know who you are, too bad. I love you guys, and I'll see you later.